Welcome to the League of Geeks. As Steve opens up a beer, this is Lil.
This is Steve, keeping it green.
This is Sean, transforming like Megatron. This week on WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Oh my God. It has it's gotten good again. It was a very good episode. Very good episode. I actually, at this point, like the villain.
Well, of course.
And I don't even know if she's really even a villain because I don't know. I know how Marvel is with villains, and I know they spin them off and just say, hey, whatever, you know what I mean? But
It's not true.
man,
It's not true.
she's a keeper. She's a keeper villain, though. She's a good villain.
Loki's a keeper villain. He's getting his own damn series, and Loki was a villain. I mean, Thanos, it took how many movies? It's not like they're just throwing people away. I mean, we're getting Zemo back.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, Agatha could have a role here. I'm with you. I don't know 100%, because even in the comics, she's not. She was a foe, and then she became a mentor.
Yeah, I know.
I'm seeing that here because
So
every
am I.
question she has, she's like, "How do you not know this? You stand in the middle, and you're surrounded by my runes. How did you not know that you couldn't use your magic?"
It was fucking dope when she was like, yo, there was magic going on. I had to go see what the fuck was like. She, in her way, she was like, I had to see what was going on. Like, I had to pop in and was like, yo, what's going on here? And she was like, yo, this is what it is. And and everything that we thought is not what it is.
No.
It was all, it's all Wanda. This is all Wanda.
Wanda did it all. I thought people, I mean, there could still be some manipulation there because it still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense of how, I mean, I guess
she's angry.
Did Vision, I know, it just came out. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
This episode changed everything.
It did.
This episode brought everything together. I saw a little bit of complaining online here and there about, this episode didn't move forward anything, and I'm like, they're like, it was just backstory. I'm like, amazing backstory, backstory that I always wanted
to know.
When she goes through that door and her fucking parents are there, and I'm like, okay, so it's not the two fuckers from the commercials, so that little theory's gone. But then the dad opens up that briefcase and it's full of all the fucking DVDs. I was like, oh, motherfucker.
Of all the shows,
just fucking hit me right in the heart. I was like, oh. She's remembering when she was happy. It was so sad. And that fucking explosion, those two little kids, I was like,
which we got
oh
in
my
Age of
God.
Ultron, which we got a snippet, in Age of Ultron about that, but it's like
not what it was right here.
It made Age of Ultron a little bit better.
And I love when Agatha was like, she's like, how did you do it? How did you do it? How did you stay under the bed that long? Oh, I don't know. It was a dud. She was like, okay. I love
hex magic. She's answering all the questions.
Agatha. Yeah. She was just like, yo, this is how you do it.
Speaking of Agatha, how about that fucking cold open? We didn't get a theme song, but we got some old fucking Salem, Massachusetts fucking witch crazy.
But that's just from the comics, though. That's just from the comics.
I mean, these chicks are all sitting there with fucking blue magic and shit. I was like, oh my God. Like real fucking superheroes back in the day.
They call them a coven, but I think in the comics they were like the something 7 or some shit or like the 5 or something like that.
It was a 7, but there was 8 there.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, there's different things. I mean,
they did a good job de-aging.
They did a great
Catherine
fucking job
Hahn for the opening. Like, it looked perfect.
We know she's 300 plus years old, so because and why?
Really?
But why? Remember, we learned in Doctor Strange, the Ancient One was siphoning off the dark magic.
I watched Doctor Strange today a little just to fucking see that because they were talking about that goddamn book, and I was like, what?
And the purple magic, because then they even called it out there. They're like, you're dealing with stuff above, basically. It was funny because it's like, it's above you, I felt like they were saying it's above your pay grade, man. Get down here a little bit, but I mean, man. Right then and there, I'm like, okay.
The connective tissue
This is connecting. So I know we wanted it to connect to more. but this is connecting to Doctor
I'm
Strange.
good.
I think it's connecting I think it's connecting more than enough. The show doesn't have, again, it's kind of like Cobra Kai. Like, it doesn't have like any right to, like, the thing about this show is it throws you off. Like, you'll have a down episode and you're like, I don't know about this. Like, they're not, and then they completely redeem themselves and make you kick yourself in the ass for thinking anything negative about it, you know, the previous week or whatever. Also, Agatha has to say spells. She's like fucking Harry Potter. You know what I mean? She says spells while she does shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo,
Not Wanda. Wanda just does shit.
Because it's
the rabbit
chaos magic.
in the book is her son.
Yeah. Mr.
And he can transform and shit. Yo, okay, I'm gonna tell you when
Scratchy, right?
Yeah, I told a little earlier. Scratchy. I was like, yo, when she said chaos magic, I was like, oh shit!
I know.
I was like, chaos magic, yo, chaos magic. Steve is on a level of you can destroy the universe with chaos magic.
Well,
like that's
and
it.
Again, that goes back to the Nexus. She's a Nexus level being. Yeah. She has got. I mean, and like I said, there's only a few characters that are that powerful. Phoenix is one. Mm-hmm. She's the other. I don't even know who else would be. Maybe Apocalypse. I don't even think Apocalypse is that you know that kind of being.
Not on that. Not where you can destroy universes and you can change dimensions and you can do like she could do so much and she doesn't even know.
She created life. And that's the best part was like.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about the flashbacks. Flashbacks. So we already talked about the little kid one. Then after that, it was all the Strucker stuff up in that base. And when she got in with the Mind Stone and saw that fucking Scarlet Witch, straight up comic version of Scarlet Witch silhouette, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do that. Oh yeah, they've fixed it.
High def. Well, it's not fixed. It's a high def photo view where they pieced out.
Yeah, you can see she has gloves and the fucking suit and the headpiece and all that. You're like, oh man.
It's like a mashup of her Avengers suit
with
the headgear and stuff.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, is that what we're getting in Doctor
Strange? Like a cape and not a coat.
Full,
you're like, oh man,
like that would be awesome if that evolves because the cameo is Doctor Strange. I mean, come on.
Yeah, like, of course. Oh, fucking. At this point in the game, look, if Doctor Strange don't show the fuck up at the end of this bitch, like, yo, we gonna have problems.
He needs to come get his fucking book back.
That too, yeah. Because did you see the book?
Some work in.
Did you see there was an extra book missing, like in the Doctor Strange when?
There was that spot where the book was missing. Yeah.
I'm like,
how the fuck did they? How did they even know to do that? They didn't know this show was gonna happen. Like, how did they know? They needed to leave a book missing. Like, did they just do that? Like, you know what? Like,
they were like, you know, fuck it, we're gonna do this, and maybe we'll bring it up later on. Who knows?
They were like, leave a book missing. Fuck it. If we never come back to it, who cares? But it could always be something.
I'm telling you, I think that's how they work. We when we're predicting and when we want things, like when we talk, and I'm gonna go back to like us wanting Reed and the Fantastic Four. A lot of times what they're doing is they're laying these weird offset Easter eggs in the prior movies and then explaining them later. Like, that's what they do best.
But sometimes they don't, though. They don't explain a lot of shit, but then it's like then you go back, you're like, oh, okay, well, that answers that question for me. I'm cool with that.
They do, yeah. I mean, but they do in a way. I mean, sometimes it's not great. Sometimes it's a cat scratching out Nick Fury's eye and everybody's pissed off.
And then Nick Fury's talking about, I got that shit because I watched
trust somebody, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody I trust. Who's a cat?
I have a cat. I don't trust her.
Well, some people might trust their cat. I don't know. I don't have a cat.
I mean, we talk about the big thing at the end, but it's
well. The next flashback was her going to see Vision's body, and the whole show.
We all thought
we thought that she ran in there and fucking stole the body. Yes. Turns out, no, the fuck she didn't. She walked in there, saw what they were doing, was devastated by it, and left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, holy, like that one threw me through a loop. I was like, oh, I was waiting for her to do some like, and then I was like, how the fuck, was she gonna be like Chewbacca, like with a fucking knapsack, you know, all of Vision's pieces running out of the sword thing? Like, how is she gonna do it? She just left.
I'm pissed at myself though because they've been playing that up throughout this whole series, with Wanda cutting shit out of the feed. You know what I mean? And it was Sword that cut shit out of the feed because we didn't see that. We didn't see her leaving with the body. We just saw her breaking the window,
No,
her
that
opening the
fucking
door.
asshole director guy said that she came in and stole his body.
Yeah, no, I mean, he planted it. Yes, he planted that to the group in there to attack. But it's just like, we shouldn't have, I don't know, we all bit on it hard. We're like,
Well, because I didn't think that she was gonna fucking split her soul into two to create life out of fucking thin air.
That was all Infinity Magic, dog. Because all the yellow was all Infinity Magic.
I don't think she's splitting it because I think when
the only reason
no, I know what you mean, but
yeah, because the guy said that's your soulmate, and then she split herself up, and I don't know. I just
when the Infinity Stone touched her and opened her up, I feel like it imprinted itself on her. That's why like it amplified her magic. Because she had magic.
Well,
she was magic.
She's a mutant, remember?
Right.
So now the Infinity Stone now amplifies every mutant in the world. Now just think about what I just said. Because remember, we got this, this. So we're just gonna keep it going, and boom, boom, boom. Yes. Now you got mutants. Now we can justify where the mutants are coming from now because what happened to her.
Because here's the answer. How are you going to introduce mutants? Oh, they've all been here. They've always been here. Done. They just got activated by the snap.
Yeah, and they don't know.
I mean, fucking, hey, that's a good enough explanation for me.
Yeah. Works for me. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
And they just came, and most of them might have just dusted back.
And here's another thing. Her dad is definitely not Magneto. So
no, but you know what? In the comics, they take that back too.
Yeah, they do.
You know, you think it's Magneto. You think but then they find out that it's not. You know, it's a whole bunch of things.
Because that dude could have just been a dude.
Yeah.
He ain't really have to be.
And he was, and that's kind of, I think that's kind of good. Like, they're fighting, they're gunning people down on the streets, and he brings home a briefcase full of DVDs for his kids to watch. Like,
I'm telling you, that's gonna come back. That shit's gonna come back to where as if that man was planted there because Magneto didn't want to be a father, so she fell in love with somebody else. That's how the mutants got to that. They can put that shit right in their head.
They can do that, but they don't have to because they don't need to tie it because again, it's not current. Yeah, not current state of Marvel. I mean,
I don't think we're gonna get a Magneto that. You think when they do a Magneto, are they going to update his story, or is he going to be, I
mean, I guess
in the concentration camps and all that, or are they going to update it so that he doesn't have to be a 90-year-old man?
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, do they give him powers where he doesn't age the same? You know what I mean? Because you're right, because the Jewish background for Magneto is so huge. Yeah. But as we keep getting away from that, I mean, it's harder and harder to make sense of it today, especially because they time jumped already.
I don't know how they would.
We're in 2025 in the Marvel universe, basically, because of the time jump forward.
You know what? They would have to probably do some sort of like anti-aging thing because I don't know how else his story is going to be
Snap is already anti-aging.
Prevalent as it was.
Well, and it's powerful because Magneto. I mean, I love him. I mean, I got him behind me. As much as of a villain as he is, he could be seen as a hero. His hardships.
He's a hero. In his mind, he is the hero. He's the best, the most heroic person there is.
I think that they can justify anything at this point.
They can do it, and they can talk about the mutant gene. I mean, just like Wolverine and everything doesn't age you as often. They can play that.
Wolverine's a fine explanation. I think that they can just explain all this shit.
So an Infinity Stone,
or maybe he was also experimented on, like Captain America.
But let's not forget, there was an Infinity Stone rolling around the Germans in World War II, which
I don't think you can make up I don't think you can just make up a new origin story for them. That's
right. No, I think he has it. But
Marvel's good at keeping it. Yeah, Marvel's good at keeping it. This is how it is. That's how it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're good at that. Like, they keep the origin story original. Whereas they don't got to really change much. I've never seen them go out of pocket with an origin story right now. So I don't know if they're going to go out of pocket with it. Now they got to play with time. They got to play with time, and they got to play with dimension.
So I mean, again, if you break in multiverses, you can do that, or then you're bringing in the Fassbender type. You know.
I think.
Although, like the more and more I think about this, man, like the more and more I want Fassbender playing.
I know. So, dude,
Doom.
I watched First Class. I watched First Class this week. Was it First Class or Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, fucking Fassbender, man. Fuck, he's a great Magneto. Fucking McAvoy is a great Professor X. How do you not?
But I mean, you can bring him in
back into the fold. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. Patrick Stewart or Ian.
No, we're past.
I'm past that. I don't want to see that anymore.
I didn't mind seeing it like in Days of Future Past where we're getting the old.
No, but that's 6 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to see that now. I don't think I can really justify.
Logan. I mean, but
I want them to cast people that can actually play the role a few times.
A couple more years.
I agree, and that's but well, I guess we'll see. I trust him. I don't care.
How about this? How fucking awesome was it when Agatha got her full fucking witch outfit on, was fucking floating in the sky, stringing them little kids up? I was like,
she was dope.
Man, look at you.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, man.
She finally dropped her name. You're the Scarlet Witch.
When she was like,
she fucking named her. I was like, oh.
I was like,
then it went to credits, and I was like, ah.
Well, and that's the thing, though. People are arguing on the internet because of what she said. She said, because I put it on captions, you are the Scarlet Witch, not a Scarlet Witch. She is the Scarlet Witch. She is the strongest, most powerful witch. That's it. It's Wanda, and
which I would assume in witches myth that is the strongest witch of all witches.
And with the chaos magic, I mean, then we're going back. So now, like, we've been talking Mephisto forever. I now no longer think Mephisto is a part of this.
I think it's Nightmare.
I think it might be Nightmare, and then there's a character called Chthon that a lot of people don't know about. Chthon in the comics actually gave Wanda the chaos magic. He is an elder. You know, I don't think he was an immortal, but like he goes back, you know, to that era, and like as he was being taken away, he had somehow touched Wanda and gave her a piece of him, similar to like what we talk about with Mephisto and the kids and everything. So I mean, they could tie the chaos magic with that, kind of bring in. But I do think that you're right, Sean. And the whole reason why I think that is because for Patreon we're reviewing Ghost Rider, and I was getting annoyed by them calling the devil Mephistopheles. I was just like, oh my god.
You have a problem when it comes to like more than 3 syllables. You start tripping all over yourself.
But like that character was supposed to be Mephisto, but they couldn't say it. You know, there's the China piece with bringing in the devil. You know, Marvel is bigger. Marvel's worldwide, so they got to think in that. So I think what they're gonna do is, as you said, Sean, bring in Nightmare. They keep dropping the word Nightmare all over the place. It's a nightmare.
She dropped the devil too. If you go back,
if you go back and watch it. But maybe they're the same person. They're gonna use Nightmare as the type of devil type character, where Nightmare is over a hellscape realm, in the realms, but it's not Mephisto. It's Nightmare. Because they do that. They blended villains. I mean, we saw it in Iron Man 2. You know, we've seen it all over the place. They blend the villain's powers. They give it this. They switch it up. Mordo was a good guy in the beginning, helping Doctor Strange, and then switched it because the Ancient One was stealing dark magic, from that realm. So it's they can do that, and I don't want to say play it safe, but being able to knock more birds out with one stone. Or maybe we're not getting that because we saw the abomination that is Ghost Rider in that regard.
Well, don't spoil your review yet, but I did.
Blackheart. Oh my god!
How about the fact that she leaves and goes to a plot of land that Vision bought her?
Yeah.
for their
Well,
for them to retire in and grow old in, and it's nothing but like a shell. It's like an outline. It's like a brick base of a house, and that's it. And she walks into that plot, and that's the creation of the hex. Everything that she has gone through up to that point, like not only losing Pietro and all the stuff that we saw in her past and all that, but then everything that we've seen her do in all the movies, and then like the snap, and then coming back and having this huge fight, and then fucking Vision's taken apart, and and that's just it. It's just so overwhelming, so much that she just loses it.
But it was great to build up to it, because the first losing her parents, then she's tested on and shit, and then it's the bonding with Vision. Then she's we don't go back to her memory of losing Pietro, because that's the overshadowing thing here. But then
I liked Agatha's explanation of it too. That was kind of fun.
Oh yeah, we don't even know if that Pietro could just be a regular dude, like Steve said last week.
Oh,
Agatha's she was called him like your not brother, or fake tro or something. She called him. She was like, I couldn't bring your brother back from the dead. Plus, he's on another continent and full of holes. So I just got this guy. I don't know how she gave him speed powers, but
maybe he is. Maybe she reached through. I mean, she has magic.
Yeah, but she don't got dimension magic though. She ain't on that level.
But
she
got
was
those books though. I don't know
like,
what those.
She was time traveling and living through her Wanda's memories and shit. Yeah. But I mean, that was a spell.
That was a spell though. Yeah, she was putting that shit on her though.
We'll see.
I like Agatha though. Like I really do like that character. That's a good
Catherine
villain.
Hahn, man, is awesome. She needs to stay. Like you're right, John. Like I want more Catherine Hahn, and I hope they keep her back somehow. And
no, she's got to go. She's gonna go.
I don't know though.
She's scrapped. I mean, you know how we deal with villains here, man. She's a villain in a TV show.
Speaking of villains, mid-credit scene.
Yep.
White Vision.
We get the White Vision. We get the West Coast Avengers Vision. I almost said Vision again.
So my theory on this one is, I feel like the Vision that Wanda made is only in the Hex.
Which is true.
I think that this new Vision is going to go there inside the Hex, and Vision is going to take his body. They're going to battle it out, though. They're going to have
we're going to have the Vision fight.
And Vision's going to take his body back.
I hope. I hope
so too.
I don't know.
I hope so.
Because what else?
I see no reason in Marvel bringing back a fucking Vision and then not using Vision going forward. That is a waste of story.
So we had some technical difficulties there. Sorry.
My anger turned it all loose.
You did, but I agree with you. I mean, I hope they don't waste it, but that doesn't mean if they do, it's probably going to be for a good reason. And it'll be something for heartfelt, for growth for Wanda. Because the thing is if you bring back Vision, you bring back Wanda's crutch. And there might not be the growth she needs to actually let go and evolve as a person. I mean, a lot of this series so far is really about mental health. It's really about somebody dealing with grief and how you deal with that. I mean, Vision had, one of the best lines for that,
And her dealing with it while by having Vision just be back to life wouldn't be a proper way of dealing.
I don't know if that's the case. I mean, maybe in the comics, Vision does come back and is an Avenger, but doesn't remember any of it. So maybe they merge, and maybe we still have a Vision, but maybe he goes back with the Avengers. She goes with Doctor Strange. I don't know, or it leaves it open. But I mean, this White Vision is technically Ultron at this point. I mean, they used his body that was made for Ultron. Parts of Ultron is in here. The stone is not, which is what gave Vision his qualities.
But now it's powered by Wanda.
Right, well, it is powered by Wanda by chaos magic. So, who the fuck knows? At that point. I mean, maybe this ends up leading into an Ultron that we've all wanted to see in the first place. I don't know, but
No, I don't think we're not going back to Ultron. But I think that it's gonna be fun. I can't wait for the
Ultron
ride
though
on
would
this
be
one.
a good villain for the new Avengers, though, Sean. They're setting up a new Avengers, and you know that's going to be a TV series. And what better villain than having an Ultron?
No, they'll bring something else out of it.
Nah, we're done with Ultron a little. We had the
Yeah.
Ultron, and nobody liked it. And now we're past it.
But
They had a chance.
They could fix
They had a chance. They had a great actor. They had a great design, and they shit the bed on it. We got to let that be.
No, they didn't.
Gotta
have
let
great
sleeping
design
dogs
because
lie.
They had his lips
Yeah.
move and stuff.
Ultron ain't coming back though.
Okay, all right.
let's
We
let's
should
put that theory to rest.
That's fine. I'm just saying. All right. Where else are we at? So I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, we've got the finale. I'm hoping it's
Is the finale next week?
Next week.
It's gotta be.
Oh, I thought we had like 2 more episodes.
No, it's next week.
Oh, they better take this motherfucker to a whole nother level then. Like you can't have there's no inconsistencies on this next one. Like this, if this is the end all be all, that's it. Like you got to go hard. You can't be going off no half shit.
I mean,
it's got to go hard.
Like
I can't be like
well over an hour. It's got to be.
Yeah, I can't be at the end of this and be like, what the fuck was that? I shouldn't be that way. None of us should feel like, yo, we should all feel like, yo, that was a good ending to this.
You know what
now
though?
We're going into Doctor Strange.
I don't think we're gonna feel like that, Sean. I think my faith is still in Marvel. I think that they're gonna pull it out.
I agree.
I don't know what they're gonna do. You know, I don't know how it's gonna end. I'm assuming next week's episode will probably be a little bit longer. They've been getting longer. They've been getting longer by a few minutes. Last week was 32 minutes, and this week was 47 minutes. So like they're getting. You know, I'm thinking next week we're probably going to get a good hour long finale, and I think it's going to be awesome. We're past the niche stuff. We're not
getting any TV series stuff. They didn't even do any of that in this episode. So we're gonna get a fight between the two visions. We're gonna get a fight between
the two witches.
But maybe more because we still have Monica there. We still have fake Pietro. We still have the twins.
Yeah, we haven't. Monica and Pietro were together somewhere.
Yeah, and then we still have the stuff with Sword outside. Sword's ready to attack. Not only with just Vision, there's something else they're going to be doing. They're not just going to send in White Vision and then just sit back. You know what I mean? So there's other things happening, which is my guess is where Monica's battle is going to be, and maybe with Pietro. Maybe the twins are with Wanda against Agnes, because even though Wanda's powerful, she doesn't know what the hell she's doing. Agnes, can do everything. I mean, manipulated her this whole damn time. And then the two visions are going to battle. And then there's going to be something else. Is it Doctor Strange? Is it, I still think there's a shot at a Baron Mordo because it would make sense, especially because he wants to take magic out. Maybe both of them show up.
Maybe.
Yeah, and an explanation of that book. I mean, maybe not an explanation, but I don't think we're getting a finale that's going to close all the chapters. It's going to open up more for Multiverse of Madness. Is there witch battle? Because they did say that it was a ton of CGI used for this end fight scene, which of course you would assume so.
God, I can't fucking wait till next Friday.
Does
Are you
this
kidding?
open the multiverse? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to probably be late for work and just watch it before work. I mean, I took the day.
Yeah,
off
I'm
this
not.
Friday.
I'm not going to be able to wait until Saturday morning to watch it and avoid spoilers. There's no way. It's going to be crazy. So.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. It's WandaVision. We'll get next week, and we'll see what happens.